The thoroughbred is a magnificent animal, bred for speed, bred to compete, the sport of kings.
Wow, West Coast has it by 6.
It's the all-new Let's Go Racing from Parks Casino and Racetrack. It's action-packed and fun for the entire family.
3 of them are right together with 1 furlong to go.
Let's Go Racing is brought to you by the Pennsylvania Thoroughbred Horsemen's Association. It's fun to see them run.
Welcome to Let's Go Racing. Danny Gibson here with Dick Girardi, coming to you from Parks Racing, bringing you all the latest in horse racing and news from around the country. On today's show, 3-year-olds compete in some of the final Kentucky Derby prep races around the country, including the Florida Derby, Arkansas Derby, and Jeff Ruby Stakes. And we're getting a good idea of who will be running for the Roses at Churchill Downs this year. But there was a race in New York that caught our eye at Aqueduct this past Saturday. The $150,000 Excelsior Stakes going 1.1 miles, compact field of 4. The other park shipper scratched, but the other one did not.
Yeah, Forewarned is back in here, the Ohio bred who goes out every fall to Mahoning Valley and wins that Ohio Endurance for Uriah St. Louis, who's the owner and the trainer. And every once in a while, he'll go up to New York and try some bigger company, like in the Queens County back a couple months ago. At 42-1, he wins it. Just missed winning the Campbell at Laurel last out. So Forewarned at 7, Danny, is in the best form of his life.
He certainly is. And here is the call of the Excelsior Stakes.
And it is First Constitution who will be first as they go around the turn and head for the backstretch. First Constitution by 1.5 lengths, now by 2 lengths. Son of an X races in second. And then it is Forewarned and Untreated. The opening quarter mile, 24 2/5 seconds. They're on the backstretch. First Constitution, the big favorite here, leads by 1.25 lengths. Son of an X is second by 1/2 length. Forewarned is on the outside in third, almost 2 lengths to Untreated, who trails the field in fourth. First Constitution, leading here by 3/4 length. Son of an X is second by 3/4. And Forewarned is on the outside, 2.5 lengths. Back to Untreated, the trailer, 1/2 mile, 48 3/5 seconds. It is First Constitution and Kendrick Carmouche who will take the field around the far turn. First Constitution in front, 1/2 length. Son of an X in between horses. Forewarned is on the outside, and those two are getting closer now to First Constitution. First Constitution challenged here by Son of an X and by Forewarned on the outside, and now those two have passed. First Constitution is being asked for more. Untreated is on the extreme outside as the field comes into the stretch. Here is Forewarned. First Constitution looking to get back in it again down towards the rail, but it is stablemate Untreated who is right alongside of Forewarned, and Untreated has now taken the lead. Forewarned continues to battle on. First Constitution is back running in third. It is Untreated. Forewarned coming back again on the inside, and it's going to be a photo finish in the Excelsior.
Forewarned and Jockey Dexter had it getting the win, put in tightly in the rail by Trevor McCarthy, but they were game in their finish.
Really game, Danny. I mean, had to come wide on the backstretch, wider on the turn, and then, as you said, got locked down on the rail in the stretch and came again to win it. I know you talked to Uriah. We're going to get to that in a minute. I talked to him as well for a story for Let'sGoRacingParks.com this week. And I mean, think about this horse. They bought him for $40,000 at a sale in Timonium, and he's now won almost $740,000 since the purchase. And I said to Uriah, I said, this must be the best one you've ever had. He said, oh, no. Discreet Lover, he paid $10,000 for Discreet Lover, and he went over, what, $1.4 million, and including the Jockey Club Gold Cup. And Uriah's thinking, well, maybe you asked him this question, we'll get to it, but he's thinking maybe not going back with the Ohio breds, but staying up in New York, maybe some of those big grade ones like the Whitney, and try to see if he can win that Jockey Club Gold Cup again.
Well, Forewarned, definitely a fun horse to watch. And here's more with winning trainer Uriah St. Louis. We're here with trainer Uriah St. Louis off his big win with Forewarned up in New York in the Excelsior Stakes. Were you expecting that? And that must have been really exciting, seeing him on the inside and still fighting the whole way.
I expected him to run good. You know, I know Pletcher had that one horse that will actually beat him up, but the weight change and, you know, Pletcher horse broke a little bad, and that's all you need.
You used a different tactic. You guys laid up a little bit closer this time, and it really paid off. Dexter was really aggressive in the finish.
Yeah, because it was only a 4-horse field, so you can't fall way back. You could, you know, you have to stay as close as you could, and that's all we tried to do: stay as close as we could, and it all worked out very fine.
You Must be very proud of your Ohio bred.
Oh, I'm very proud of him.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Dexter Haddock and Fort Warren definitely getting along there. Well, let's jump into our local race of the week. It was Monday's 10th race, an allowance optional claiming race, $50,000 claiming tag, going 5.5 furlongs for the $45,000 purse, a field of 9. The 4 did scratch our post-time favorites, the number 8, Uncaptured Spirit, shipping in for trainer Mark Schumann.
Yeah, Mark Schumann doesn't come in often, but usually when he comes in, he comes in with a pretty good horse, and certainly Uncaptured Spirit on paper should be the favorite.
And this is a team we see teaming up a lot. Mr. Sandman, second choice at 2-1. Jockey Edwin Rivera, trainer Randy Allen for Clubbers Gay Stable and Gregory Prick.
Yeah, look, Randy Allen's been around here for a long time, and he's won a lot of races, always dangerous.
Here's Chris Griffin with our local race of the week.
Captain Candy, Carol Cedeno, take him into the far turn. They're up by 2. Uncaptured Spirit is engaged right up at the outside in second. Dat Haas is following that move down towards the inside. Pink Silks, that's Mr. Sandman. That's the leading 4. Surprise Boss, losing ground, Don Giuseppe towards the back. Baracho Concho. Now the trailer is I Found It. Captain Candy is still in front. The rail is wide open here for Mr. Sandman, who's going to spurt on through. 22-2 is that opening quarter mile. Captain Candy's got plenty right now. Mr. Sandman's chasing. Uncaptured Spirit not making up the ground. Dat Haas on the far outside. Captain Candy approaches the 8th pole, still 2 in front. Down to the inside, Mr. Sandman is stalling. Also in between horses, Uncaptured Spirit. Baracho Concho with a huge run here. Inside the final 16th, Captain Candy. Can Baracho Concho catch Captain Candy? Captain Candy, Baracho Concho. Captain Candy got it.
Captain Candy getting the win with jockey Carol Cedeno, shipping up from Maryland for training Anthony Peccaro. And Captain Candy can be a little difficult to saddle, but when him and Carol team up, he knows what to do.
Yeah, it was interesting, Danny. When you looked at the race, there was a lot of early speed. It was a question, was one speed horse faster than the others? Once Captain Candy outran all the other speed, eliminated all those horses, including the favorite, and nobody could get there.
Well, I got to point out Baracho Concho. Yep. He got eliminated at the start. Jockey Abner Adorno almost went over his head.
Yep.
But that move they made him in the last 8th, I mean, he looked like a quarter horse sprinting home. A horse I look forward to seeing next time.
And this is a horse who completely had to change his running style, which normally when you see a horse like that who's a speed horse who breaks poorly, they're eliminated. So yeah, I would definitely keep an eye on that horse.
Well, it was definitely an exciting finish. Well, it's time for our first break. When we come back, we're going to jump into our national coverage and Kentucky Derby prep races from around the country. Stick around. Let's Go Racing. We'll be right back.
We have a new leader. Simplification has powered past Classic Causeway, who backpedals.
If you want action and you want it now, you got to get the new Parks Racing mobile app. Wager and watch thoroughbred and harness racing from around the world. With the Parks Racing mobile app, it's easy to open and fund your account. Then place your wagers and cheer on your horse as they thunder down the stretch. With the Parks Racing mobile app, you'll easily make withdrawal requests, view the previous day's replays and results. Plus, open any new account now and you'll be automatically enrolled in the Parks Rewards program. The more you wager, the more you earn. Get the new Parks Racing mobile app and get in on the action.
Did you know the Pennsylvania horse racing industry provides health care and pensions for thousands of workers who in turn spend their income supporting local communities? And we do it with zero tax dollars while creating tens of thousands of jobs.
Welcome back to Let's Go Racing. Our national coverage is brought to you by the Chapman Auto Group. If their emblem's not on the back of your car or truck, well, you did pay too much. We're going to head to Gulfstream Park. It's the Grade 1 Florida Derby. $1 million purse going 1 1/8 for 3-year-olds. And our favorite is Simplification for Antonio Sano, Jose Ortiz.
Yeah, most recently won the Fountain of Youth, Danny, impressively. Second prior to that to White Abarrio in the Holy Bull. White Abarrio is the second choice. He hasn't run since the Holy Bull. He keeps having these like little fevers and misses a little training time, but the money came flying in at the end on Simplification and White Abarrio. And I do mean came flying in because neither of them were the favorite the whole way. The favorite the whole way until the end was charged at the 6th.
Well, a good field of 11. Here's Pete Aiello with the call of the Grade 1 Florida Derby.
As they chase the Tampa Bay Derby winner Classic Causeway to the backstretch run. Classic Causeway relaxed up front. He leads a half a length. Simplification will not let him get far. Second, 3 wide Papa Cap third. Luis Ayas has charge at 4th at the rail. He's racing together with the gray White Abarrio. A gap of another 2 to Clapton, who's outside of O Captain. Then it's a length and a half to Cajun's Magic. King of Truth and Steel Sunshine race together about 10 lengths off the pace. And still at the back is Strike Hard. The opening quarter was 23-3. The half mile was 47-1. Half a mile to go in the 2022 Kirtland Florida Derby. We have a new leader. Simplification has powered past Classic Causeway, who backpedals. Papa Cap looms a threat on the outside. White Abario takes third. Up to fourth is Charge It. Dropping back is Classic Causeway, then Clapton and O Captain as they run to the top of the stretch. Up front, Papa Cap doing battle with Simplification. 3 wide, White Abario. Charge It getting ready to launch his bid. He's 3 lengths off the lead, but gaining ground with a quarter of a mile left to go. Now at the top of the stretch, Simplification bracing for an oncoming White Abario. Papa Cap is very game between horses, and Charge It swings into action on the far outside. There's an eighth of a mile to go. White Abario takes over from Simplification.
The big white bunny rabbit, White Abario, getting the win, an emotional win for trainer Safi Joseph and jockey Tyler Gaffleone, who grew up in Florida, always wanted to win this race.
Yeah, no question. It's interesting. Todd Pletcher had won the championship meet, Danny, 18 years in a row. Safi Joseph clinched the meet the day before. He only won 1 for 11 on Saturday, but it was the right one. He wins the Florida Derby, obviously a huge emotional win for him. I think White Abario goes to Kentucky as second or third choice, depending on what happens this weekend. And it's interesting, he had missed a couple of weeks of training prior to the Holy Bull. He didn't think he'd really run that well, and he ran great. And then he missed a work here, but then made it up. Only missed a couple of days of training. This is a really talented horse. Different running style this time. Came from a little further off the pace. Simplification, I thought, was unlucky. I thought that he got caught up in like a pace stool with a no-hoper. Papa Cap carried him around a turn. Boy, Charge It for only a third lifetime race. How impressive was he? So I think the Florida Derby is going to be one of the key races getting to Kentucky. And in fact, this race was first run in 1952, Danny. Since then, 24 Florida Derby winners have won the Kentucky Derby.
The Florida Derby horses certainly know how to make the run for the roses. Here's more with the winning connections.
I planned on being a little more forwardly placed. I thought Classic Causeway and Charge It would be the 2 on the lead, and I thought we would be able to stalk them, but Jose and there was another horse, Papa Cap, they were pretty aggressive, and I didn't want to get caught too wide, so I took back and saved some ground. But he traveled well throughout. Been dreaming about this my whole life, growing up down here. And I never thought I'd be in the position that I'm in. I would have just been happy being able to ride races, but my dream was to always win the Florida Derby. But now that we've made it happen, it's amazing.
This is your home track. Florida Derby is like, I mean, I don't know. It's like the Kentucky Derby to me. Like, you want to get this one. Like, it's important. I mean, Mark and Clint, they had some big offers. They could have sold this horse, and it could have been with a different trainer. So there's a lot of pressure that you know that you want it to deliver, you want it to work out, and it just, as I said, it's a team up with someone that's been with you from the start.
We're going to head to the Arkansas Derby. It's the $1.25 million race. It's a grade 1 going a mile and an eighth, and the filly is the favorite. Secret Oath for the coach, D. Wayne Lucas.
And should be. I mean, on paper, I mean, she's won 3 in a row, run really impressively, run faster than any of the boys in here, so why wouldn't the coach be the favorite in the Arkansas Derby? And he's done this before, way back when he ran Althea in this race in 1984.
And the number 9, We the People, gets second choice at 2-1 for trainer Rudy Brissett.
Yeah, We the People is kind of the hot horse, wins big twice, maybe similar to Charge It right in the Florida Derby. You don't really know if he fits, but the numbers are there and the horse is one big.
Here's the call of the grade 1 Arkansas Derby.
It is Kavad. He's a length and a half in front of Chasing Time and Doppelganger. Doppelganger wanted the lead. He's done no better than third early. 2.5 to Cyberknife. Then comes We the People. Secret Oath is outside of him, and outside of her is Ben Diesel. Then a length to the Rebel winner Unoho, and Barber Road is between horses. Only 6 lengths first to last. Up the backstretch in the 86th Arkansas Derby, Kavad is the leader. He's 5 furlongs from the wire and leads. Here's an early move from Cyberknife. He's going to split horses and be a joint second inside of Chasing Time. Doppelganger is 4 deep, and he's 2 from the front. Secret Oath is last, leaving the backstretch. Then comes Unoho. They round the far turn, and Kavad has the lead, but Cyberknife is right alongside. Now Secret Oath is unwinding. She's just gone from last up into third, and look at this move from Secret Oath. She's within 2 of the lead. There's a quarter of a mile to run in the Arkansas Derby. Cyberknife has put away Kavad, but he has to deal with Secret Oath in the center. Then comes Barber Road, a final furlong. Cyberknife, here comes Secret Oath on the outside. She's still 2 lengths behind. Cyberknife Cyberknife. Secret Oath is not going to get by the Arkansas Derby winner, and his name is Cyberknife.
Cyberknife gets the win for trainer Brad Cox. Florent Giroux got off We the People, got on Cyberknife, obviously made the right choice.
Yeah, for sure. This is a son of Gunrunner who's an incredibly hot sire already, and Florent Giroux Cox, great combination, and 92 buyer, I would say a marginal Derby contender at this point. The hard luck horse obviously was Secret Oath. I mean, just got too far back early, made this premature, incredible sweeping move. And Wayne is going to do the right thing. She's going to the Oaks. He knows how hard the Derby is to win. He's won it 4 times. He doesn't need this aggravation. Secret Oath will be a major player in the Kentucky Oaks.
I think she captured all of our hearts that day. She definitely had the worst trip.
Oh, my Lord.
I think she was the best horse in the Arkansas Derby that day, but we'll never know. Cyberknife getting the win. Here's more of the winning connections.
I always thought he was a great stake horse and a horse that could put us in, contention for a Kentucky Derby. And, it's taken a little while to get him there. This is a 6th run, and, he seems to be improving at the right time.
Well, we're going to stick with our 3-year-old Kentucky Derby prep races. We're going to head to Turfway Park. It's the Jeff Ruby Stakes, a Grade 3 going 1 1/8 miles, $600,000 on the synthetic track. And our favorite is Tiz the Bomb, Kenny McPeak, 8-5, Brian Hernandez Jr.
Yeah, won the prep. The Battaglia for this race is obviously a turf horse, likes the synthetic. And by the way, this is the Jeff Ruby Stakes, STEAKS. That's the restaurant. Everybody knows about it down in Kentucky.
Yum. Bruce is licking his chops already. And second choice is Tawny Port for trainer Brad Cox, who just won the Arkansas Derby.
Right, and he's 2 for 2 on the synthetic, both at Turfway, then tried to run on the Risen Star in the dirt. Not so good back on the synthetic.
Here's the call of the Jeff Ruby Stakes.
Good beginning for all. Quick start from the outside for Swing Shift. Also, Great Escape is flashing speed. And from between those two, as expected, Dowajack Chief is forwardly placed. Tawny Port came away racing in the 4th position. Cabo Spirit is 5th early. Tiz the Bomb hovers to the outside of that one in 6th as they take on the first turn. Stolen Base from between horses towards his inside is Royal Spirit. A link for the back to Red Run, who's about 2 or 3 in front of Constitutional Lawyer. And Rich Strike is last of them all. They work around the turn with 6 furlongs to go. The first quarter of the Ruby was 23-1. The leader, Dowajack Chief, just from Swing Shift. Down on the inside, Great Escape is 3rd as they continue to run up the backside. Deep on the course, there goes Tiz the Bomb to engage from the extreme outside. It is Tawny Port. In between horses, sandwiched is Optigogo. Down along the inside, Royal Spirit is next. A 1/2 mile, 47 seconds flat. The leader's still Dowajack Chief, and James Graham show the way 1.5 lengths to Swing Shift. From between horses, Cabo Spirit to the inside. There goes Tiz the Bomb, who blast up to the outside of Tawny Port. Those two moving together as a 1/2 mile, 47 seconds flat. Just outside a quarter to go here in the Ruby. 3/4, 11-1, and they stack up 3 deep, and Tawny Port comes calling for the lead. Dowajack Chief is being implored for some speed. Tiz the Bomb to the outside in 3rd, and Stolen Base has kicked it into gear. He's going to kick wide for the drive. Top of the home stretch of the Jeff Ruby, and Tiz the Bomb forging to the front. Tawny Port under a full-out drive to the inside in 2nd. Up the inside, still fighting on. Dowajack Chief late on the scene. Down the center comes Optigogo. 1/16 to go. Tiz the Bomb is still there. Tiz the Bomb indeed.
Tiz the Bomb getting the win. He was ridden with all the confidence in the world from jockey Brian Hernandez Jr. And this horse is really something special. He runs on all surfaces, turf, synthetic. We'll see what he can do on the dirt.
Yeah, it's interesting. 94 buyer, Danny. So the question is, how will he go on the Churchill Downs dirt? Now, this horse is, as you said, good on the turf. Eventually sort of was the official sort of winner of the Breeders' Cup for betting purposes. Breeders' Cup Juvenile Turf. It's one on the synthetic. The 3 dirt tries are interesting. First start of his life, terrible at Churchill, but sprinting, maybe that's not what he wanted to do. Wins by 100 at Ellis Park, but then running the Holy Bull and was awful. So I don't know what to make of it. Now, Kenny was talking about running the 2000 Guineas, the Epsom Derby, but you know what? You got 100 Derby points. They got Derby fever. They're going, and I get it. Kenny's won a lot of big races. He's hoping desperately to win this one.
Here's more with the winning connections of Tiz the Bomb.
Brian had him in a really good spot. It looked like he was going to have to carry, a little outside ground to get there, but he's a good enough horse to handle it, and I'm glad he had him out of trouble. I didn't want him to kind of box in inside. I had a couple of horses earlier in the card that got stuck down inside and didn't handle it, didn't get out, and this colt traveled the furthest distance and got it done anyway.
Tiz the Bomb gets 100 Kentucky Derby points. It's going to be really exciting as we close out these Kentucky Derby prep races. It's time for us to take another break. When we come back, our jockey and trainer of the week and much more with race recap all on the other side of this break.
Turning for Home is a nonprofit that has provided nearly 2,800 former racehorses with a safe retirement. The program was created through the foresight of the Pennsylvania Thoroughbred Horsemen's Association.
We all love animals, and to give back to something that helps us so much, it's a great thing.
Responding to the need for a better system that addressed the uncertain future for the retiring equine population at Parks Racing, the PTHA rallied horsemen to support the program.
These horses can do anything from hunter jumpers to Western to therapeutic riding.
Turning for Home became the first on-track retirement program at a year-round racetrack.
We want to make sure that our horses that have run so well for us over the years get the great opportunity to get a new vocation.
Out of everything that we've done in Pennsylvania for racing, I think that's the thing we can be most proud of.
If you would like to help these amazing animals find a great second career and forever home, please give us a call or contact us at turningforhome.org.
Welcome back to Let's Go Racing. Our jockey and trainer of the week is brought to you by Turning for Home, our racehorse retirement program right here at Parks Racing. And we have to give jockey of the week to Dexter Haddock.
Absolutely.
That big win in the Excelsior Stakes, he made all the difference.
Yeah, and Uriah said one of the main reasons this horse has become more consistent is because Dexter has great belief in the horse, and it shows, and he rides him great.
I like that Uriah always sticks with his jockey. He's very loyal that way.
No question.
And our trainer of the week, we're going to give it to Frank Polera. Frank is one of the great characters here at the racetrack. And 3 wins out of 5 starts in the last few weeks. That's a good percentage.
There you go. Doesn't have a big number of horses, but when you win 60%, you become the trainer of the week.
It's always fun when Frank Polera wins. But we're going to jump right into race recap. Back at Gulfstream Park, it's the 3-year-old fillies running $250,000 a mile and 16th in the Grade 2 Gulfstream Park Oaks. And what an exciting race between Goddess of Fire and Kathleen O.
Yeah, this was a 2-horse race on paper, Danny. It turned out to be that way. Goddess of Fire, the 5, was in mid-pack. Kathleen O is dead last, but they hook up in a stretch. Kathleen O is going to end up winning, actually running faster than the Florida Derby, gets a 98 buyer. She's now 4 for 4. Every race has been more impressive than the previous one. On to the Kentucky Oaks, obviously, for her. This is a wild story. The owner, 84 years old, Shug McGahee, the trainer, met him on a golf course. He said, hey, I think I'd like to get a horse. This is the first horse he's ever had. He'll go to the Kentucky Oaks with one of the favorites, you would think, because she'll go there undefeated.
Yeah, she's going into the Kentucky Oaks undefeated. Can't wait to see Kathleen O in person. And let's keep with the 3-year-old fillies. It's the Grade 3 Fantasy Stakes at Oaklawn Park, $600,000 on the line, going a mile and 16th. And you, Gary.
Yeah, Gary is just all speed here. And look, this would have been Secret Oath's race had they decided the runner. She would have crushed this field. But Gary, loose on the lead, just keeps going and is going to hold on at the finish, Danny, by a neck to win this thing at 4-1. Bubble Rock, who finishes 3rd, is a horse I made a huge bet on in the Breeders' Cup. It's turned out to be a pretty good horse, but that was the day I needed her, and she just got in all kinds of trouble.
She ran well. She got
did.
3rd. But Gary ran 3rd behind Secret Oath in the last start, so you knew she was a nice horse.
Right, and Secret Oath beat her by 9, which suggests how much she would have won by. But Wayne said, hey, we're going to give it a shot for the more money, and now she'll be back in the Kentucky Oaks.
And Gary's trainer, Rudy Brissett, very hands-on. He even gets on a lot of his own horses, so very happy for him. Well, let's head back to Gulfstream Park. It's the Sir Shackleton, $100,000 going 7 furlongs. And there's some horses in here people are going to recognize.
Yeah, no question. The Fortin Hill is the favorite, the 1. He makes this big run. He's always been highly touted, but he's off for a long time. Then he's back. He doesn't get there. Here's the Wayburn, the 4, come rolling down the middle of the track for Brendan Walsh. First time with Brendan. The reason is Jimmy Jerkin stayed up in New York, so they gave the Brendan down in Florida. It'll be interesting to see what they do now. The reason we wanted to show you this race, Wayburn's first race since the Pennsylvania Derby, Danny. Folsom, first race since the Pennsylvania Derby, won the Oaklawn Mile the same day. What a key race, American Revolution. Remember him, he came back And how about Speaker's Corner? He was way back in the PA Derby. He's become one of the best horses in the country. The ultimate key race, and I'm not even mentioning the horses that finished 1-2, Hot Rod Charlie and Midnight Bourbon. So the 2021 PA Derby is one of the key races of the year last year.
Oh, good times, and we remember it fondly. And it's time for Ion Racing, and a big day this Saturday, and Let's Go Racing is going to have you covered. Our very own Bruce Casella is going to be at Keeneland. They open with 5 stakes on Saturday, including the Grade 1 Toyota Bluegrass.
So smile happy for Kenny McPeak. He'll try to get another horse in. Just one time, that really good Pennsylvania bred filly. Remember, we had Donnie Brown on the show a couple of weeks ago. Won the Inside Information, was really impressive. We'll run in the Madison. Todd Mosteller, one of the co-owners, and Bruce. And Jeff Maddie will be in attendance to let us know what happened down at Keeneland.
Can't wait to hear. And I'll be in New York. They have 6 stakes, including the Grade 2 Wood Memorial. Going to have Morello running and Mo Donegal for trainer Todd Pletcher. And Butch Reed's going to send out Morning Matcha in the Gazelle Stakes, so all parks will be rooting for her.
Right, and they're hoping if Morning Matcha runs well that maybe she could go to the Kentucky Oaks. And of course, Danny and I will be in attendance at the Kentucky Oaks in the Derby this year. And finally, the St. Anita Derby is probably the most significant prep of the day. We have Forbidden Kingdom for Dick Mandela and Messier, who was just unbelievably impressive in his last start. No longer for Bob Baffert, now for Tim Yakteen. But everything I'm reading is it's essentially Baffert's barn without Baffert. That's the only difference. All Jimmy Barnes is there. All the regular people are going to be there. So I would evaluate this horse like he's still in the Baffert barn.
It's going to be a super Saturday of racing. Well, it's time for us to get to our final break. When we come back, news and notes.
Racehorses are pampered,
treated with care, and loved.
Nothing is more important than their health and their safety.
We do right by them,
and they do right by us.
the hard-working folks
who proudly earn our living
in Pennsylvania's horse racing
and breeding industries.
Horse racing is a lot of fun.
But it's so much more.
It provides tens of thousands of jobs.
Jobs, and billions in economic impact each year.
All across the Commonwealth.
Horse racing in Pennsylvania. It's a winner.
The PA Horse Breeders Association introduces the Pennsylvania Stallion Series. 4 brand new races to be run at parks for PA-sired, PA-bred 2-year-olds. There are 2 $100,000 contests on August 22nd, PA Day at the races. September 24th, PA Derby Day, has 2 more races, each with a $200,000 purse. The PA Stallion Series, yet another reason why Pennsylvania is the premier place to breed and race. For more, please visit pabred.com.
Welcome back to Let's Go Racing. Our news and notes is brought to you by the Granny Fund, which provides continuing education for our wonderful backstretch community. And we're still doing our serious Saturdays on Channel 85. Chris is up today.
Chris Griffin is up today, so we'll listen in on Chris at 11 o'clock.
And the Derby's really shaping up. Just tell us a little bit what's going on with the whole Bob Baffert situation.
So essentially, we're at the point where it's been decided. He started his suspension, his 90-day suspension. There's still a hearing. Technically, the commission could get overruled. I don't think that's going to happen. So the horses have been transferred to different trainers, and you'll see the horses running, certainly with Messier Saturday, but they won't be Bob Baffert, and you won't see him in Kentucky.
Well, and I won't see those signs when we visit his barn in Kentucky either.
I'll show you where they used to be, Dan.
I'll see where the shadow is. Well, come check us out. We race here Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Post time is 12:55. That wraps it up for Dick and I this week. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next week on Let's Go Racing.
And they're off. Speaker's Corner has early speed. Hot Rod Charlie, Midnight Bourbon, American Revolution. American Revolution, a 16th to go. Hot Rod Charlie is opening up. Hot Rod Charlie will win the Pennsylvania Derby.